Cause girl, we got a good thing, so I can't let them fuck this up, ready for wedding rings. One of a kind, glad your mind's such a blessing. Future baby mama, if you're ready.
What up, though?
So we are not gonna be doing a challenge or a prank or nothing like that. We gonna be telling a
Story time, man. We gonna tell a story, man. Some shit I really don't need. I don't even kind of this time I don't want to talk about though because it's, you know, bring back bad memories though.
All right, we gonna talk about story time where we almost didn't make it in our marriage. Okay,
Beginning stages. Of
yeah. So I think things was okay until like I was about like 5 months pregnant because everything happened in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like about 5 months pregnant with our daughter.
Mm-hmm. And I quit my job to start a moving company.
I forgot you quit your job.
That was part of the problem. I quit my job to start a moving company of my own.
There wasn't a problem. We both was dealing with our own personal struggles.
That was part of it, though.
No, well, for you, yeah. Like for me, not so really. Like that wasn't where I was having the issues with you at. You know my issues were, and it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I was about like 5 months pregnant with our daughter, and we had our 2-year-old son at the same time and stuff like that. And like he said, he quit his job, and I'm like, all right, like quit your job.
Why quit my job though?
He quit his job because the guy that he was working for didn't pay him his money. He was like trying to like jip him out of his money every time that they was getting paid. And I completely understand that. I'm not gonna work for nobody.
And it wasn't the first time. It was like the second
he
time. He burnt me. So I was just like, yo, like.
Yeah, I don't blame him because it's just like you're not gonna keep doing me dirty, and I'm working my behind off for you, and you don't want to pay me. So that for me, that wasn't the issue. I didn't, and then plus he had a backup. So when he came to me and told me that, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I wouldn't. One thing I know about my husband, he a hardworking man, so it didn't bother me that he had quit because he had quit a job prior to getting the job that he quit. So,
why'd I quit the construction job?
I think because of the same thing. Oh, he jipped him a $450 whole paycheck.
Boy burnt me for $450, and he still owe me $450 too. But I didn't forget. I hope you see this shit and know, like, I ain't forget about my $450.
It didn't bother me, so I'm like, all right. He said he was going to, work on his moving company, something that we had talked about prior to him quitting his job. So I'm like, all right. And things started getting crazy because I was dealing with my own personal things. Like him not working because he quit his job started affecting him. So it was taking a toll on him in a different way. And I think him quitting his job put a personal, like, struggle on him. And so it started affecting him. And because at that time in our marriage, we wasn't really communicating effectively. Like,
let's be honest, no man wants to be jobless or struggling financially when he got to take care of a whole crib. No man wants to do that. Like, no man wants to go through that struggle.
We had over like $1,200 worth of bills because we was paying for food out of pocket. We was paying for our rent out of pocket. Like a baby on the way, already had a 2-year-old. And, so we got 3 kids, a whole house, bills.
Yeah.
And, things just didn't go the way that he expected them to go. Or the way that I expected them to go. Because we were so used to, like, him losing the job or quitting a job and then getting another one. And
starting your own company is not easy. Yeah. It's very, very hard. It's very hard.
And going into that, he really didn't know that. So
yeah, I
it's
didn't
just
know that.
like, all right, he just went out on a whim, and he didn't know that. So, going on as the time went by, I was still working, even though, I was pregnant and stuff like that. I was working, for the school district. So it wasn't like it was really affecting us too bad, but it did start affecting us because we had a car, no car insurance, kids.
Car got repoed.
Yeah.
Once. I laugh now, but when that shit happened, it wasn't
he got
funny.
The car, man. He got the car.
You ever go outside, your car out there? Shit was not. But I laugh now because we good now. But back then, that shit was a hit.
It was a tough time. So like we
hit,
took some hits and stuff like that, and then On top of that, I was at a job that I just didn't want to be at, but I stayed because...
So she came home miserable every day.
Yeah, and on top of me being pregnant. And let me tell y'all, being pregnant with a girl is totally different than being pregnant with a boy. When I was pregnant with my son, it was easy. I was working 2 jobs and going to school. And I was finished school while I was pregnant with him. And I was still working my job while I was pregnant with him and stuff like that. So it was easier for me to be pregnant with my son than it was with my daughter. Well, our daughter. Because with her, I had a lot of complications that going on that I really didn't even know about because I was ignoring stuff. Like, I had her earlier, like a week earlier, and I probably should have had her earlier than what I had her because I was in pain. Like, I could barely walk. Like, my bones was, like, basically, like, breaking apart while I was pregnant with her. She was trying to come out, like, and I didn't know. I was, like, ignoring signs, like, for y'all that she was losing amniotic fluid, and I didn't know. I kept telling him, like, oh, I don't want to just go to the hospital because they're going to send me home. I want to wait and stuff like that.
I was trying to get her to go to the hospital a lot. She wasn't happy.
Meanwhile, I'm like, my underwear is like wet, and I'm like calling my mom, and I'm like, you know, my mom like, oh, your water probably did break and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, because it's not like it was a lot. It's just a little bit like if you was having like, if you ever been pregnant before you had discharge and stuff like that. But it was like not discharge. It was just like, it felt like piss. So pregnant with my daughter, I worked all the way up until I had her, and I was at this miserable behind job. Like, I didn't want to be there. The only thing that really kept me there was some of my coworkers and the fact that, you know, we needed to make ends meet.
And we was living in Southwest, man.
Yeah, the worst place ever. Like,
nutty.
I did have my daughter. I decided to have her naturally, but that was the best thing for her at that point, because if I wouldn't had her like with an epidural, one thing I know about me, I had an epidural with my son, and when I had an epidural, my labor slowed down, and I needed my labor to be quick with her. And so we had already decided previous to me even going into labor that I was going to have a natural birth, but I'm glad that I did because it only took me 6 hours to have her. If it was any longer, it probably would have been worse because, like I said before, she was losing amniotic fluid. I didn't know until I went to my appointment, and they said that my stomach had shrunk in size, which shouldn't have happened. Stress and stuff like that, and then, you know, we wasn't communicating effectively, so he didn't know that I was going through some things, and I didn't know how he felt about his situation and stuff like that. So we was just, you know, bumping heads. Like,
I was basically
we was bumping heads at the same time, trying to still like love each other and be there for each other. It's so weird. Like, I can't really explain it. Like,
yeah, we was trying, but we was like we was fucked up.
It wasn't that bad until after I had her because
shit got real.
Yeah, so I had a complicated, you know, delivery and stuff like that. I didn't wait till 10 centimeters to push my daughter. I had to push her at 8 because she was blocking my cervix, and my cervix was like trying to dilate, but it wasn't dilating, and it was just a whole bunch of nonsense. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on, basically, like, because my cervix wasn't dilating and she trying to get out, so she's blocking my cervix. So at 8 centimeters, my doctor came in and was just like, you know, I'm going to move her cervix to the side and she's going to push. So I delivered my daughter at 8 centimeters when I was 8 centimeters dilated. Because of that, sensor was still, it wouldn't come out. It wouldn't come out, and that's, but see, that was the downside of me delivering at 8 centimeters. Yeah. Because the placenta wasn't, like, you know, coming out and stuff like that. So they had to like go in there and get like pieces of the placenta out, so I wouldn't keep bleeding.
That's what they did. They had to take it out in pieces and do something. Because
if they didn't, I would have kept bleeding out, and it would have went to a whole nother thing. But when I delivered her, she was healthy.
Side note: watching a natural birth is amazing.
It was a good experience.
You would do it again?
Not having no more kids.
Oh,
but
what you
saying? Could breathe over again. Yes, I would. Like. But it was a complicated, you know, labor and stuff like that. And then, like, the day that we had to come home, he had to go make some moves because certain things had to be paid, and I was getting maternity leave at this point, and you know, maternity leave ain't like your checks, and summer pay ain't like your checks. Like, so that was taking place. He had to go make some moves the day that we had to come home, and then it just was like, I felt like for me, how I felt in this situation, I felt like, you know, because his situation that he had going on, and him
when
still
you starting your own company, it's like it's very, very demanding and time consuming, and you don't have the luxury of choosing when you can go make this. You can't. It's like when the money come, you gotta go. Like, so, you know.
And sometimes, like, you know, I just felt like he just wasn't like there to help out with the baby, because like she was.
I wasn't
new.
too. So that's like not a lie. I wasn't though, because I was trying to push this moving company very, very strong.
You know, I got a 2-year-old, and so the day that I came home, like it was just like I didn't get a chance to relax or anything like that. I had to take care of newborn, take care of a 2-year-old. It was a lot that I had to do, and I just felt like he just wasn't as attentive. And so you try being a mom of a demanding 2-year-old, having a newborn who's demanding, very demanding, because on top of it, I'm breastfeeding, dealing with all that, and then him like not being home and stuff like that. It started taking a toll on me, but I was ignoring signs. On that, I'm cool, like I'm okay to talk about it, but I was ignoring the signs of like certain things. Like he would always ask me, like I was very moody like after I had the baby, and it was because I wasn't getting sleep, and it's like I was up for like it's 24 hours in a day. I'm up for like 16 hours of my day, and even when I do lay down, I gotta keep getting up every couple hours to deal with the baby, and so I was getting sleep deprived. I think the baby was about like a week old. Before I went to my first week appointment, and he would come home late and stuff like that. So one night, this is when I realized like things was getting bad. So one night he had came home, and I would sit the baby on the boppy and let her sleep while I laid next to her in the bed. And he had came in one night, and from my perspective, I don't know how it seemed from his perspective because I never asked him, but from my perspective, it felt like I was dreaming, but it was kind of like a hallucination. Come to find out now, like later on down the line, now that I've like researched and did some studying on things that I was going through, it's sleep paralysis, and I didn't know that I was experiencing sleep paralysis, and I called it a dream or hallucination that he had came in and sat on the baby. And so all I remember is me waking up, and I'm like, it felt like I was fighting a scream, and all I could get out was my baby. And so all I remember is him waking me up and saying like, she's fine, she's right there. But the hallucination to me, it was like he sat on my baby's head, and I just was like, I just freaked out. I don't know what it seemed like. What does it seem like from your perspective? Like, what happened? Like
You
that
was
night?
going crazy?
Like, no, but what happened?
You're going crazy. Nothing. I got in the shower, went in the room. As soon as I walked in the room, you like jumped up. Was like, my baby. And I'm like, yo, like, calm down. Like, she's right there. Like, I don't know what the, like, you know, at that time, I'm like, well, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? This got to be some just had a baby pregnant.
And I didn't, the things that I experienced with my daughter, I didn't experience with my son. Like, I was chilling, like, if I had my son. I went to my 1 week appointment. My doctor had told me that I was experiencing anxiety from lack of sleep. That I need to get more sleep.
Yeah. And here's my thing, though. At the time, like I was, I wasn't, like, privy to like, anxiety and depression. I used to think all that shit was bullshit. Like when people used to say like, oh, I suffer from anxiety or I suffer from depression, I used to just look at them funny like, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no such thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's real though. Depression, anxiety, this is real. It's real.
So when he had told me that, I didn't really say anything to anybody. I think I might have told my mom that I was starting to experience anxiety, and I've never experienced anxiety a day in my life. I would try to sleep as much as I could, but with a newborn and a 2-year-old, it's not happening. So I started having more and more like dreams and stuff like that, and experiencing more and more sleep paralysis, and like I would start like it was to the point where I would see like stuff, and I would think that it was there, and I would freak out like and. Like, when I tell you, like, my heart would be beating. Like, I would wake up in cold sweats. Like, it was crazy. What happened was, the baby was 2 weeks old at the time. I'm still experiencing anxiety. I know he doesn't understand. Well, at the time I didn't know he didn't.
Although she did tell me she had anxiety issues, and I used to tell her like it's in your mind. I did brush it off because I'm like, that's in your mind. Like, you know, you gotta shake it off.
I'm the one that's experiencing.
I'm like, you gotta shake it off.
I know that it's not just something that's in my mind. I know it's something that like I'm really like experiencing, and like to be truthfully honest, I still deal with anxiety to this day.
I fucked up and told her like that's some weak shit, and I used to say like all types of crazy shit because I didn't know. So I just like, man, that's weak stuff. Like, you don't got that, you strong, just push through. So all types of like crazy shit.
And for him to have a reaction like that, and I felt like he wasn't supporting me. I felt like it was just like he tried to make it seem like it was something that was made up in my mind.
She used to say that to me. She used to be like, yeah, you're not supporting me and all this other stuff. And I used to be like, man, I'm out here busting my ass every day. I'm out here trying to get this money together. I'm booking jobs over here. You know, I used to be
it wasn't about that.
In my mind.
That's another thing. Like when I went
in my mind, I'm hustling hard, but I, you know, like that was like me support. That was like in my mind at the time. Like I'm like, yeah, that's support. Like this is all support I'm doing, but you know, I wasn't, you know, emotional support and all that stuff. Like I wasn't there, like
and
to
I didn't
give
care
that
about
at the time. Very insensitive at the time, I should say. Very insensitive.
So it just kind of put me in a place where I just like kind of like broke down inside. Like I just shut down. I broke down inside because it's just like the person that's supposed to support me the most is not supporting me. And
I thought I was though.
I just had this baby and I'm just going through so much. So I just started internalizing a lot of things. It was like the baby was like about 2 weeks at this time, and I was trying to get out the house more because there was another recommendation. I was trying to get out the house more so my sister would come, and I did go to like my little sister prom and stuff like that. So this day I just decided, you know, it was just like a lot of tension in the house. So I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to leave. Like I'm just going to go out, and by the time I get back, maybe things will be okay. But that didn't go like that because he was upstairs with the babies. If you've been pregnant, you take prenatals, your hair grow fast, your nails grow fast. So my nails was long at the time, and when I went to go change the baby, when our baby was born, she was so pale. She came out with gray eyes. Like, you wouldn't even think that she belonged to us. Well, the only reason that she knew she belonged to us because she looked just like him. But she was super duper pale, Chinese eyes, gray eyes, like. Mm-hmm. So when I went to go change her one day, you know, she's a feisty little one. She's a little fighter. I had nicked her with my nails because I didn't have time to cut them. I was, you know, about to go out with my sister so I could get some air, like, and just, like, try to let some things go. He yells downstairs, what is this on her? And I took it like, I guess, it was just already so much tension, so you going to take anything the wrong way. I say something to him at this time, he going to think I'm saying something smart, or I'm saying something the wrong way. If he say something to me, I'm thinking he's saying something smart and saying something the wrong way. So I took it the wrong way, and so we just start arguing. Like, I don't even know what I said back to you at that time. And all I know is that we just start arguing, and I was just like, just give me the baby because I'm trying to get her dressed.
Upstairs, and you was like, don't ever say nothing to me like that about my baby. I take care of my baby. I take care of these kids. All that shit. And I was just like, I know, but I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I just asked you a simple question. What happened? Like, what's this on like my baby?
It felt like he was saying like I would like do something to hurt her.
Yeah, see, but you come on.
So, you know, it just escalated from there, and we just got into a whole big argument, and it just got out of hand to the point where I told him to get on. All right, put it this way, things got physical. I told him that I told him to leave, and he was like, you told me to leave, where I'm gonna go? And that's when I'm gonna go to his mom's.
And I went to my mother's house.
So as soon as I said it, you know, another side of me like, damn, why would you say that? Like, why would you tell him to leave? Like,
I did ask her though too. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I didn't like just cause in my mind I'm like, she don't mean that shit. But she doubled down on that. She like, no, nigga, get out. She said a whole bunch of stuff that was very, very mean, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bounce though. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and slide.
And the reason why I followed through with my word was because it's like, all right, in my head I'm like, damn, you shouldn't have said it to him. But it was just like so much tension going on, and it's just like, all right, cool, like, you think you, all right, look, bye. Like, that's just how I felt at the time. Like, and I was going through a lot of shit, and so I had left the house because I really didn't think that he was going to leave, to be truthfully honest. But my sister was outside, so I left the house and stuff like that. And when I came back, his stuff was going. So I'm just like, all right, like, I just felt like, here, I got to do this shit on my own, whatever, like. And so, you know, things was like getting crazy because my kids, I got a 2-year-old, he understands some things, he talk and stuff like that, and it got to a point where he didn't want to sleep in his own room no more because he wasn't in the house and he was scared to sleep in his room. So he started sleeping in bed with me. Then he would ask like all the time like where his dad is and stuff like that. And so me doing what I'm doing already internally, dealing with both of them, and then now my son is questioning like certain things, it just became too much for me at the time. And so like I had just like called him and asked him like if he could come back to the house and like
spend the night.
Yeah, spend the night. So he started coming back to the house and spend the night, or sometimes he would stay until the kids went to sleep and then he would leave, or like he would stay the night and then leave in the morning, stuff like that. And so I think it was like 3 days after I had told him to leave, I had a doctor's appointment, and then that's when I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. And so then that's when everything just started making sense, because it's just like I never acted like that towards him before. Like, that's my best friend. Like, we like tight. Like we did question our friendship a lot.
Yeah, because our friendship, like, it should get clouded by like relationship shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, that friendship shit, like, it's like that shit gets like thrown to the side, and all that relationship shit and all them expectations start to take over. Like, and you forget about, you know what I'm saying, that whole friendship piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's all.
That happened, and so
you went to the doctor's, postpartum depression.
They told me I had postpartum depression. Everything started making sense and stuff like that. And even then, it was still hard for us to get back on track.
That's because but you did. She called me and explained to me the doctor said I have post PPD, right? Ain't the what it was? PPD. And I'm like, what's that?
And so I had to like educate. Meanwhile, I'm educating myself on it. I'm educating him on it as well.
I ain't believe it either. Like, I'm like, that's some bullshit.
I didn't want nobody to know. Like, I didn't want nobody to know, because when you are diagnosed with that, a lot of people think like you just crazy, like you off your rockers, and it's not even that. And you could be dealing with stuff emotionally, and that's just how I was. I was dealing with a lot emotionally, and so it's just like you don't know how to channel your emotions in certain areas, especially when you like basically like sweeping your emotions under the rug to take care of the things that you gotta take care of during the day. That's what my problem was. I put myself last because I was putting everything else first. My kids, of course, they come first. Like, my kids always come first. My kids are my number one priority. That's it. But I stopped caring about myself at the time. Like, I wasn't doing nothing for myself, doing nothing to make me feel better. Like, it would be like, all I would do, I would barely eat. Like, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't even eat, because I was too busy worrying about taking care of them, making sure that they was all right and stuff like that. And it got to a point where like I would be frustrated because like the kids would be crying and stuff like that, and meanwhile I'm being frustrated with them at the same time I'm holding them, telling them like I love them and stuff like that. It was just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just so glad that I'm not there no more. Like, if anybody ever been through PPD, you know what I'm talking about. So on top of my anxiety, I'm dealing with PPD. I done told him to leave. He not at the house no more and stuff like that. My kids, they just like, thank God the baby is so little, she don't know, but I got a 2-year-old who's like kind of understands certain things, and it was just a tough time. I wish I would have taken care of myself more and focused on myself a lot more, and I probably wouldn't have had that happen to me. But who's to say that it wouldn't have? Like, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. And it was one day, like, you know, I had some friends. They was coming over because they had brought me some stuff that I had left at work, like gifts and stuff like that. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff. Shout out to them. They know who they are.
She had a whole party.
He came home one day and, well,
to the house. Because it wasn't home no more to me. I'm like, nope, you're done.
To the house. And, you know, he had got the baby and went upstairs with her and stuff like that, because I had company downstairs. But then my company started slowly leaving, and I think one of my friends was left. It probably was one of my friends left. Brittany. Yeah, it was Brittany. And she was there, and she was downstairs with the baby, and I had went upstairs to like talk to him because I wanted him to come home.
Wow.
Shut up. Whatever.
It's okay. It's over now. You could be
Anyway, so
be honest with you two.
Shut up. I had wanted him to come back home.
Why? Did you miss me?
No. I was still upset with you. I was upset that you like really just like you really did listen to me.
So you didn't miss me? So you didn't miss me?
I did.
Oh, I'll say that then. Let you two know.
Anyway, he was just like, I'm not coming back home, and all that stuff. Like, why you want me to come back home? Then you tell me to leave. That's your words. Like, basically, he's trying to make me eat my words.
Indeed.
He's like that.
Indeed.
Like, he is so stubborn and petty. Like,
I can't get petty.
And you were being petty at that moment. I wanted him to let up because it's like, you already know I got anxiety. I'm dealing with this postpartum depression stuff. I got these kids. I'm in this house by myself. And we lived in Southwest. It wasn't the best block. I hated it. Like, I would sleep with
that
all
was
the
one
lights.
of the reasons that I actually came
like,
home, though.
All the lights, like, when he wasn't there, I would sleep with all the lights on with the kids. Like, I did not care. Like, part of our electricity bill probably was high as fuck, but... He like double dabble with like coming back home and stuff like that, but eventually he would come.
Honestly, I really wasn't though. I was really done though, cause I had one rule, like, and the rule was like, yo, you kick me out, we done. Like, we done. Like, whatever you do, don't ever say that to me, cause it's happened to me before. It wasn't in a previous.
And that's my fault, cause I did promise him that I wouldn't do that. It was a place that we shared together, and I shouldn't like both our names was on the lease and everything like that, and I shouldn't have did that, you know. But when you going through what I was going through, you don't think like correctly. Like right then and there, it's just like so much like they just going on, and you just not thinking like how you would normally think in a situation. Like now, like if we was like the ever get into an argument, not times I don't even pay his ass no mind. Like that's the thing. Like, but at that moment, my emotions was high, hormones is high, all that stuff like that. So it's just like a combination of so much.
No, we don't even argue like that no more. Like,
we don't.
We argue. It's be like sporadic, and it be over like little dumb shit.
Stupid
Like,
stuff.
Like, you left the toilet seat up. It's like, all right.
Or wipe the kennel off. Like stuff like that. It's never it is never nothing serious now. I'm glad that we did go through that because it taught us a lot of lessons. It taught me how to deal with my husband better. It taught me like a lot of things. Like I just got over the PPD. Like it was sometime this year. I just really recently like got over the PPD, and I'm glad I am. Like I'm kind of like getting back to myself and stuff like that. But at that time, like you really lose yourself. I think that it could happen to me because it didn't happen my first pregnancy, so I didn't think that it could happen to me, and it happened. So, and then it affected our relationship very, very bad. And that's why communication is key in your relationship. And when your partner is telling you something, listen to them. Like, listen to them.
Very true. Very true. Don't be afraid to educate yourself. Because I didn't know what PPD was. I didn't know what depression was. I didn't know what anxiety was. And I'm going to keep it where I Googled all of it.
And I still deal with anxiety. And he is a lot better now when I do experience some things. Because I do still experience sleep paralysis sometimes. Like, if I don't get enough sleep, I do experience sleep paralysis. I do experience bad anxiety sometimes. Like, it depends on situations. And also, like I said, my sleep is the thing that really triggers my anxiety the most. But he deals with it a lot better now. Like, he be there, like, at nighttime if I want to, like, cuddle while I'm sleeping, he'll cuddle with me because it's like, he knows something bothering me. So he's had like experiences with it and stuff like that. And now that he know that it's like something that's real, like he supports me in it. And I don't like.
I had my own issues with depression before, so I just didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah, see, and he would have known that was if he didn't experience the stuff that I had went through. So, like, yeah. And then we back and we better and we stronger than ever.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, we're not breaking up. We didn't break up.
We didn't break up. But,
I love her.
Yeah, I love him too. And for your hoes that thought y'all was one.
Oh, we not doing all that, man. Don't be trying to mess my hoes up. Like, hey.
For your hoes that thought y'all was gonna have my man, you're high. That's my baby.
She like both dollar mule now. when there's other chicks involved. She like, I love both of you. I love them.
Real shit though. Like, I'm glad that we went through that because it made us stronger. Like, nothing, like, I'm telling y'all, like, nothing can break us apart. Like, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
What if I had a baby?
I'll kill you.
But we ain't gonna break up?
You gonna be dead. That's the time that we almost broke up.
Yeah, it was there was almost no Sumlerville.
Almost no Sumlerville.
There was almost no Sumlerville. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the page. Shout
Yes,
out to everybody
shout out to
who be liking this shit. Shout out to everybody
Yeah.
who be viewing this shit. I mean, this page, this YouTube. I'm trying to stop cursing because YouTube said that they're gonna start deading these videos if I don't cut down this language. So I'm gonna try to clean up this language a little bit, man. I'm trying, for y'all, so we can keep doing it. You
And
used
the
to
funny thing
speak
about
in
it is,
a specific
when we was
way.
dating, he never really cursed that much. And then he just like a potty mouth.
You She Crew, please leave like some comments. Let me know some pranks that you want to see me do to her. Like let me
Go in the
like,
description.
Tell me
down
what
below.
you want to see, man. Tell me some challenges you want to see.
Go in the description down below. Hit our Instagrams. DM us pranks. DM us challenges. DM us whatever y'all want to see. Comment below. Go to our Instagrams, which I'm gonna put down in the description once again. Follow us. Send us, whatever y'all want to see. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all
Comment,
know when we upload.
like, subscribe, notification bell.
Get it?
Notification bell.
Okay, you just gonna put your big old hand
notification bell. You hear me? Hit that notification bell so you get the notification every time we upload some
bangers.
video.
Hey.
YouTube. If you kick somebody out your crib, are y'all broken up? Answer that in the comments, please. If you kick somebody out, are y'all broken up? Or if somebody kicks you out, are y'all broken up? Please.
I say no, because I was on his line and
I say hell yes. Answer that question in the comments.
We still together.
Answer that. Yeah, we together. Yeah, I love you. Answer that question in the comments, though.
Thanks for watching,
Thank
y'all.
Yeah, we got a good thing, so I can't let them fuck this up. Ready for wedding rings. One of a kind, glad your mind's such a blessing. Future baby mama, if you're ready.